in the airplane. So with the private pilot, you navigate from one point to another point or from one airport to another airport with the pilotage skill and the date reckoning skill. But with the instrument ratings, you are trained to fly in low visibilities, which means you might not be able to see the landmarks, you might not be able to look at the ground and determine where you at, which means we have to rely a lot on the navigation equipment in the airplane. With the new technologies allow us to get from one point to another point. This technology, you should be familiar with it, which is called the GPS navigations or global positioning service. It's a new method of navigation which utilize the space satellites to give us information as long as we have the receiver or the GPS receiver in the airplane. Now, most of the GPS units in the aircraft will direct you from one point to another point, which means you can fly direct to your destination's airport. You can also program the route that you are assigned from ATC, which means if ATC give you different waypoints to fly to or give you different fixed different VOR, different points to fly to, you can program that and fly according to the instrument flying route that you have given from the ATC. You can also program the instrument approach procedure into the unit. Now with the GPS unit, it depends on the capabilities and the versions of the GPS unit you have in the airplane. Some of them allow you to fly more approaches. Some of them might allow you to fly less types of approaches. Some of them might not have the intuitive map or might not have much of the capabilities compared to the other unit. So this, you have to look into your airplane, look into the GPS unit you have, and then look at the GPS manual in your airplane to see what your GPS unit allow you to do. So for this lessons here, we pick an example of Garmin GTX650xi unit. Okay, so first thing, we're gonna look at the overall interface of this GPS unit. So with this unit, when I read the manuals, it say it's allow you to fly with the GPS capabilities. It's allow you to tune the VOR navigation frequencies to fly with the VOR, and it also integrate the communication unit as well as a multifunctional display in this GPS unit. One of the easiest recognize that you can see if a unit has a multifunctional display is it should be able to give you display of a map. It should be able to give you a display of traffic or some kind of just like the name say, multifunctional display. It display you different information. It display you multi informations on that same display. So with these pictures here, you're gonna see that it is very intuitive as of now. Okay, it looks like if you have a cell phone, it's gonna look like the touchscreen in your cell phone. And if you read the manuals of this GPS, they actually call it applications. Okay, so you're gonna see the map applications, or I like to also call it a map functions, which is on the upper left of these pictures here or on this screen here. You're gonna see it shows you the map, this map here, once you click on it. And what I mean click on it is actually you really have to touch screen click on this map functions or map applications. It will show you the map as well as the airplane positions. Okay, it's also gonna show if we with this map, it shows you the airplane and your airplane positions. If you go into the traffic applications or traffic function, this will show you the other traffic in the radius. Okay, this means you can zoom in. You can do 2.5 miles, you could do 5 miles, you could even do 25 miles out to see where the other traffic is. Okay, so now my questions to you is, with these technologies here, okay, we are allowed to be able to detect other traffic in this Garmin display, but what would be the technologies that is required to have, or what kind of broadcasting capabilities that you need to have in the airplane or other airplane need to have to be able to display in this traffic. And that is right. The answer is you need to have the ADS-B in and ADS-B out. Okay, so which means in this Garmin unit, it's already integrated that ADS-B in and the ADS-B out. But for you to be able to see another airplane in this traffic application, that airplane need to have the ADS-B out capabilities to be able to display in this traffic applications. Okay, if they do not have ADS-B out, you will not be able to see them in this traffic applications. Now we'll look into the next one, which is the terrain application. If you click on this, it will show you the obstacles in the radius of your selections. Okay, once you get the closer you get to the terrain, the color will change. From brown, it is likely going to change to red. And if your Garmin GPS unit has the voice capabilities or the terrain avoidance voice capabilities, once you get close to the terrain, it will say either pull up or terrain. So this is something you have to look up at the manuals, okay, at the GPS manual that you have in your airplane. All right, so now we're gonna move along to the weather functions or weather application. So this one give you the weather data in the air. It give you the how much detail of the weather information you receive. It will depend on the subscriptions you have, but if the GPS unit is able to receive the FISB weathers, it will be free service as of 2024. Now we're gonna look to the lower column here, lower left column. You are going to see the default navigations application here. Okay, so this is important. It is important because you will have to select the mode of navigations, either gonna be VOR or it's either gonna be GPS here. So with the if you want to use the VOR functions, it will display in green lines. Okay, so the green line indicates VOR or localizers. The purple line indicate GPS. Okay, so if you click on this, the screen will change to what you are seeing as of now. Okay, as you are seeing as of now. So right now with this mode here, like I said before, if you see purple, you are using GPS. So right now it's setting that we are using the GPS navigations. Right now the CDI buttons which you see on the lower left will allow you to switch from GPS to VOR or localizer navigations. The OBS mode, which is fade out, as you can see now, because we haven't set up the waypoint that we want to fly to yet. But if we have set the waypoint, instead of flying direct to, we'll also be able to set the course of the GPS that you want to intercept and then fly along, which means you can also set the VOR radius that you want to intercept or the VOR course that you want to intercept from the once you click on that OBS mode. Okay, so right now you probably also see the lower bar at the lower center here. That's gonna be 4 dots. Okay, so this is actually function as a cost deviation indicator. So CDI, cost deviation indicator. This is to determine how far off from the cost you are. Okay, now the other information would display as set by the mechanic or the pilot. Okay, so for an example, in this screen here, it shows you the distance to the next waypoint. Next one is show you the DTK desired track or the ground track that you are flying. Right now you don't see the information of that because we are not moving yet, we're not in the air yet. Now the bearing will show you the bearing that you want to intercept. Track TRK. So right now we have set it to 244 because on the heading indicator right now, or if you look at the magnetic compass, it will show you about the same heading of 244. Okay, so that's what it means by TRK or track. Okay, so a quiz to you or questions to you would be what the ETE should be and why we are not having the ETE information yet. And you are correct, the ETE is estimate time en route. Okay, so which means if we want to know the estimate time en route, we need to get the distance information first, we need to get the ground speed information first. After we get that information, we'll be able to determine how long it would take us to get there, or the time, estimate time en route. Okay, so if you don't have any questions so far, we're gonna move along to the flight plan applications or flight plan functions. I'm gonna zoom it in on here. That should be flight plan applications. Okay, so with this application, it is recommended to put in the airport that you fly, that you departure from, and the destination airport. Then after that, you're gonna be able to add more information into it, which means you can add more waypoints, you can add more procedures. For example, you can add the departure procedures into that flight plan application. You can also add arrival procedures if the airport you are flying to have the arrival procedures. And of course, you can also add the instrument approach procedure that you plan to fly to that airport. So which means right now we should look at the procedure application, which is next to the flight plan application. So this will function as about the same as the flight plan. Okay, it's just the name say it is procedures application, which means you can load the procedure into this mode. Okay, you can load the departure procedure that we were talking about. You can also load the instrument approach procedure ahead of the time before you get into that airport. For an example, once you load the instrument approach procedure, it will give you different waypoints starting from the initial fix, and then go along to the intermediate fix to the final fix. It will be something which you have to program on it, and you also have to double check if you get the correct waypoints to fly along for that instrument approach. So this means once you set the instrument approach into that procedure functions, it will synchronize into your flight plan. So you also have to go back and double check on that flight plan if it display all the waypoints according to the instrument approach chart. All right, now the next application you can see is going to be the nearest. Okay, the nearest application or function, it is just like the name say again, it will show you the nearest airport, it will show you the nearest navigation facilities, VOR. It will also show you the nearest waypoint. Okay, so now with this, if you scroll to the right from this main home page here, okay, scroll to the right, it's also gonna have the application which is called waypoint info application or functions. Okay, this is about the same as the nearest. Okay, with this you're gonna be able to type in the airport that you want to fly to, or the airport that you want to get more information on it. Okay, once you type the airport in, it will show you different frequencies that you can look it up. It will show you the runway lanes, it will show you the instrument approach that is allowed into that airport. A lot of information that you can get from the chart supplement will be in the waypoint info functions. Okay, so that's what it is. Now the difference between nearest and waypoint info application is for the waypoint info applications, you have to put in information to pull out you have to put in the airport information to pull out the information. With the nearest, it won't allow you to type in the information. It will only get the information from the nearest airport that you are close to, or it will allow you to be able to pull the information from the airport that you have in the flight plan. So that is why I recommend with the flight plan applications or before flight, if you have this kind of Garmin GPS unit, you should put on the departure airport and you should put on the destination airport first, and then you put more information into it later on, or it will make it easier for you to pull up the information if you already have that destination airport and corrections if you already have the departure airport and the destination airport in your flight plan. Okay, so that will conclude this lessons here. The homework is, so with this unit, we are relying on the GPS technologies. But as you know, with your cell phone, if you walk into a building, you might have the GPS lost. The GPS also have limitations. If there's something blockage, if there's something blocked the GPS receiver, you might not be able to receive the GPS signal. If too many GPS users are in the same location, you might get GPS jamming. Okay, so this means you can have GPS loss situations. Okay, so in this unit here, I would like to know what does it mean when the GPS unit show DR. Okay, Delta Romeo. What is happening, and if that is happening, why you are enrolled, what would be the solutions? So that would be the homework for these lessons.